God chose you, yes you, before you were even born. Out of the infinite number of possibilities that conscious beings are made of, God shaped and chose you. And during that divine shaping and choice God made, He gave you a gift, perhaps the most important gift ever given. He gave you free will. Intertwined with that gift of free will, you are given a choice. Just as God has chosen you, you must also choose God. Today we will be exploring a truth that could shift everything you believe about reality and even help uncover a purpose within you that you were completely unaware of. You have already been chosen by God. Not just the person watching this video, but every single living, breathing, conscious human being on earth. We have all been carefully crafted and chosen by our Creator. From the moment of your conception, God had a plan for you. That plan is nothing short of perfection. From the moment you took your first breath, you were marked with something greater than yourself. But out of love, grace, and respect, God would never force this plan onto you. He simply offers it. Now, there is a catch with God's plan He offers to each and every one of us. This catch comes in the gift we talked about earlier, free will. The same free will He gave you, the free will that caused you to click on this video, the free will that you use to lash out in anger, the free will that you use to choose to love. This free will to do as you please, He has given to every single other human being on earth. This free will He gave us, while it can be abused, is a gift from God to prepare us for the eternal life that is to come. This free will God has graciously bestowed upon us is the ultimate act of love and respect. Just as easily as He decided to give us free will, He could have chosen not to. God could have made us puppets, beings that blissfully and blindly follow His every command. But instead He chose love, and love requires a mutual choice. And that is why, out of respect for you and respect for the beauty of love, it's up to you to make the first step away from your own wants and desires, so you can begin to walk along the path that God has already paved for you with His divine light. This is why life can oftentimes feel empty to those of us with a strong connection to our soul. Because there is, in fact, a divine path that God has paved specifically for each and every one of us that we are more often than not completely unaware of. This path is bigger than you could ever imagine. It is full of purpose, peace, connection, love, and so much more. But through free will and the worldly desires that come with this freedom, more often than not, we are blind to this divine path and choose to shape our own. But our own path often leads to struggle, confusion, frustration, and an empty feeling within ourselves that aches for more meaning. Why then do most people insist on carving their own path? Why then, when our own path leads to struggle and failure, do we choose to question and curse God? Are we not the ones who chose to listen to ourselves instead of Him? The biggest obstacle in this journey is not anything but yourself. It all boils down to the decisions you have made and will continue to make. But through the unconditional love that God has for every single one of us, no matter who you are or what you've done, the choice to make a real and personal connection with God will always be there throughout the entirety of your life. From your first breath to your last breath, God is always reaching out to you, and it is up to no one other than yourself to reach out to Him. So if the path is there, then how do you find it? How do you choose God, and what does choosing God look like? Well, just as each and every human being has different physical appearances, different personalities, and different struggles, saying yes to God's call looks different to each and every one of us. The path that God has paved for us is unique as well, but do not let this scare you, because just as easily as you chose to follow your own path, one that is shaped with your own worldly desires, can you choose to follow the path that God has intended for you. For most, the start is the same. You must recognize God, you must recognize yourself, and you must reach out to Him and form a personal relationship. Once you do this, you will learn to recognize His voice. And once you learn to recognize His voice, you will learn to see His divine path intended for none but yourself. It is not about perfection, for if we were perfect, we would be God. It's about the small steps that lead to the larger ones. It is about love, joy, laughter, purpose, and meaning. Like a baby must first learn to crawl in order to walk, so must you learn that God laid out a path for you in order to follow it. Here's the thing. You can choose to ignore God, and you can continue on your own path. God won't love you any less because of it. But this choice to ignore the call doesn't make it go away in the slightest. By ignoring God, you are ignoring your true self, and you will end up missing the fullness of what's waiting for you on the journey. Too often in our society is the path aligned with God made to seem boring and mundane, when in reality the call to God is the call to adventure. It is the call to the fulfillment of your soul's desires, and the only way you will ever come to know who you truly are. The thing about God and His path intended for you is that He knows your wants and needs more so than you could ever know them for yourself. This is why so often in the choices we make do we realize after the fact that it did not fulfill the want or need that we intended it to. So what will you do now that you know that you yourself have already been chosen by God? Will you make the choice to form the personal relationship that has always been available to you? Or will you continue to ignore Him? His decision has already been made. His decision has always been you. What will yours be?